Hi there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. So, when we talk about making food, when we talk about cooking, we talk about building layers of flavors, and that both by adding aromatics and spices and herbs, so you get that perfect round umami, preferably taste. And there's one ingredient that I think that it's quite often overlooked, which is a vegetable bouillon, because it can be very meh, you know, it can make it or break your food. It's like using bad wine for cooking. We always have this idea that, oh no, it's not so good for drinking, then let's cook with it. Forget about it. This is going to ruin your food. But that's another topic. We're going to cover that on Christmas. For our Christmas recipes, I'm going to go very deep into that. And but for now, I wanted to explain to you guys the importance of a good vegetable bouillon. And for this reason, I have brought a recipe that I have been making for quite a while, giving some changes here and there. And this is going to be a little bit of a chatty video because this is going to be a umami bomb vegetable bouillon, okay? So for us to achieve that, there's a few details that people quite often overlook, and I'm gonna bring all for you because that's how we roll here on this channel. We make amazing food. So stick with me and I'll show you how I made it. Also, I'm gonna show you a vegetable stock because I have some food scraps that I'm gonna show you. Let me show you how I put it together. Okay, we're going to use vegetables, herbs, and aromatics and spices. And for the vegetables, I have here mushrooms, celery, an eggplant, a red bell pepper. And for the aromatics, I have an onion, shallots, a whole garlic head, and a leek. Now for the herbs, parsley, bay leaves, thyme. And then later I found out, laying on my fridge, some sage, spring onion, and a few basil leaves. Now for the spices, dried marjoram, turmeric, white pepper, dried oregano, and white miso paste. And now for the controversy, I add sometimes some MSG because I think it adds to the umami. If you want, you can add some mushroom powder. I have taught you guys how to make that. You just grab dried shiitake mushrooms and powder it until it becomes a powder. And then you add that, not too much because it can be quite overpowering, okay? So instead of the MSG, if you want to add that, be my guest. You can do that. This is your vegetable bouillon. If you don't like MSG, if you hate it, you want it banned from the face of the earth, okay, it's your opinion. I sometimes use it, me and a lot of other people, so don't come for us, okay? Democracy, democracy. And we're going to start by the garlic. You cut it in half, rub it with some olive oil, wrap it in aluminum foil, and put it in the oven at a 200 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, or like I did in my air fryer, 15 minutes at 200 degrees. We are going to extract the best out of our vegetables, and the best way of doing it is by treating it the way it's supposed to be treated in each special case. This is very easy, this bouillon is very easy to put together, but there's a few details that if you do the way I'm telling you to do, you're going to see the difference and thank me later, and that's why I wanted to bring that to you. And now we're going to add the vegetables, except for the potatoes and herbs, to a baking sheet, the largest one you can have, or you can distribute them into 2 sheets like I did, because we want to encourage air circulation. Now you add the olive oil, and you can add the spices. In this case I have forgotten, so I'm gonna add later. Rub it all together, spread them nicely, and put it in the oven. Now, all the vegetables are here except for the potatoes, to which are boiling. We're going to boil the potatoes and then drain them because the potatoes are going to be the thickening component on the bouillon. Why? Because some people, they add flour and some people, they add cornstarch. We're going to stay away from that because it's not necessary. The potato is going to thicken up once the bouillon is cold, and it's going to add a little bit of a creaminess to the food once you add the vegetable bouillon cube. You're going to see the difference. You know, the onion peels, the scraps and everything that you didn't use from these vegetable bouillon, we're going to use that because we're going to boil it. We're going to simmer it. Remember, I kept telling you not to throw away the tips of your garlic and carrot peels and potato peels and whatever peels, what's the eggplant peels. Don't throw that away. Those small pieces of garlic that you would otherwise throw it in the trash, don't do that. Put it in a freezing bag and then wait until it's full. And then you're going to do what we're going to do now. So along with the vegetables that I have here, I have added some of those. This is another bag that I have been filling up. And along with that, we're going to add a few spices and herbs, which it's actually your preference. I'm going to show you my preference, which is black garlic or soy sauce, white or black pepper, dried herbs of your choice, turmeric, and again, optional MSG. I've had here laying on my fridge a tiny bit of tomato passata. I'm gonna add it too. If you don't have it, you can add tomatoes. And also you can add a tomato puree, some miso paste for umami. And now we're going to cover it with water. And we're going to bring it to a boil and let it simmer for about 2 hours. Okay, and this is it. I mean, things that you would otherwise throw it in a trash, you're gonna transform it into liquid gold, because this is what it is. This is liquid gold. And okay, now let's go back to our vegetable bouillon. They're supposed to be a bit caramelized on the edges, like you see, but not burned. Now we're going to add all the veggies along with the garlic. We're just going to smash it. 1 teaspoon of sugar, because sugar brings all the flavors together. The miso paste, the spices, the herbs, and the boiled potatoes without the water, okay? Alright, now you can do like I did. Try to blend it. And then have a meltdown in the kitchen because you thought that your food processor was broken. But then, matter of fact, you forgot to attach the blade. Yeah, I did. And then there was a little bit of crying and, well, not actually crying, but a little bit of a meltdown involved in the process. All right, so now we're going to line a baking sheet with parchment paper and we're going to spread the bouillon. Or you can put them in ice cube trays. We're going to put it in the fridge or freezer until it gets firmer. And it will last for years and years in the freezer. I mean, it's not going to last that long because I'm sure you're going to use it a lot. You can make it with the help of your kids or your spouse in a Sunday, you know. It's fun to make and it's very rewarding because this gives a lot of brightness, a lot of happiness, a lot of soul to your food. I hope you make it and I hope you let me know. How do you feel about that? And what other spices you used, or I don't know, you spin to it. I love when you change and you put your spin to my food and my creations. So I will see you next time. I hope you have enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends if you like it. Share it with your enemies if you don't like it. Just share it, okay? Follow me on my social media. It's going to be linked here. And I will see you next time. Have a fabulous week. Bye-bye. Hi there, my lovelies, this is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. So today we're going to make something so easy. We're going to make spinach balls with this delicious coconut and dill dip. Oh my God, so easy to put together. A child can do that, like, honestly, and gluten-free. And we're going to bake it, because why not, right? Summer and baking, it goes very well together, but it doesn't matter. We're going to make it. If you want, you can air fry it, obviously, and you can deep fry it if that's your thing. But for now, we're going to bake it. And let me show you how I put it together. All right, so here I'm going to saute some finely diced onions because I think that they taste much better when they're golden. Meanwhile, we're going to chop the spinach, raw spinach that is. Try to chop them really finely. Then we add it to a bowl. And when your onions are golden, we're not looking for color here, only a little bit of caramelization, okay? We add them back to the bowl along with the spinach, some garlic powder, salt, black pepper, and some garam masala, because it elevates all the flavors, it complements the dish. It's something like, what is in here? You can't identify it so much, but if you miss it, you totally like, there's gonna be something missing, you know what I mean? So, and if you don't have garam masala, you can add some curry, not too much, okay? Oh, or too much if that's your thing. I mean, come on, freedom, right? So, but in this case, just a pinch, just to elevate all the flavors, brilliant. And then some baking powder, olive oil, and some water. Some rice flour, some potato starch, and a few drops of lemon. Now you mix it with your hands, the best way, because you're going to massage it. Now, it is possible that you're going to have to add a little bit more of the rice flour or the potato starch, or both, because it depends on how raw, how moist it is, your spinach. So you keep adding, and it's going to form like a firm ball, and it's not going to fall apart. That's what we're looking for. And then I'm going to shape them into balls or little patties. And now for extra crispiness, we're going to add them for 30 minutes in the fridge or 15 minutes in the freezer. And now oven for 40 to 45 minutes for 180 degrees Celsius. That will be 356 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's it. We're going to make our dip, which is unsweetened coconut milk, some salt, black pepper, lemon, and some dill. And here you have it. Isn't it just absolutely beautiful? I love it. It is super versatile. It's super crunchy. Let me show you. Just beautiful. I love it. Please make it. Make it and let me know how much you love it. Instead of the curry, I have some on my tooth. Instead of the curry, you can add any spice of your preference. Now, something else. You don't want to use white rice flour. Can I use, Chef Jana, brown rice flour? You can, but then because rice flour is a little bit more dry or a little bit drier, you add a little bit more liquid, okay? You can add a little bit of oats as well, oatmeal, like a oatmeal flour. Brilliant, you're gonna love it. Make it and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, it helps me a lot. And I see you next time. If you make it, I still have something on my tooth. If you make it, tag me on social media, it's going to be written over here. Subscribe to my website, because over there, you're going to find the printable recipe and all the measurements and everything, as always. So I see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye. We all know that oats and breakfast are a perfect match, but sometimes, at least me, I get a little bit fed up with all the berries and stuff. Very healthy, but I want something savory. And you know, I'm not a dessert or a sweet person. Well, I'm very sweet, you know that. I don't like sweets, that's what I mean. So that's why I have decided to share this with you, because it's been saving me a lot. And it can also be a dinner, because why not, right? And let me show you how I put it together. Alright, so we're going to start by adding some olive oil to a skillet. Turn up the heat to medium high, and when it's hot, we're going to add minced onions, and we're going to let them brown. And then we're going to add some red bell peppers, some salt, and we're going to saute for a few minutes. If you have been following my channel for a while, you know that I repeat myself a lot, but it's because if you already know, good, but if you don't, I want to repeat again. Salt helps pull out moisture from the food, which makes it brown faster and cook faster. And we always want to brown our food because it tastes much better. Alright, so now we're going to add some kale or spinach, and we're going to allow it to wilt. And then some frozen peas. Now we're going to lower the heat to medium, and we're going to add some rolled oats, and now we're going to toast it, because this way they're going to release a very nice nutty flavor, which is very nice. You can actually smell it while you are sauteing it. Amazing. Now we're going to turn off the heat and allow it to cool completely. And now we're going to add the oats to a bowl, add some fresh tomatoes, seedless, some oatmeal flour, nutritional yeast, a lot, and some ground flax seeds to bind everything together. As you can notice, this dish is pretty democratic. You can add anything you like. I mean, pretty much anything you like. Just enjoy, add your favorite vegetables and your favorite spices. What I have here, for example, is some salt, pepper, dried oregano, dried sage, which I love, some turmeric, and some garlic powder. Mix to combine. And now we're going to add some unsweetened plant-based milk and some water. Now, two things. We add a combination of water and milk, because I think that the plant-based milk it is, and always unsweetened. Always what? You know, because you've been following me, so you know what I'm going to say. Always unsweetened. We don't want sugar or vanilla essence to our savory baked oats. No, sir, we don't. So what we're going to do now, we're going to let it sit for 10 minutes because we want the binding agents to work. We have ground flax seeds, which is going to act as an egg. It's going to bind everything together. And we need to develop the oats. Have you ever noticed that when you use oats, it releases this gummy texture? That's what we need. So because that's going to add structure, and also it's going to help bind everything together. So 10 minutes covered, and then we are good to bake it. Alright, after this time, we're going to now add the baking powder and the lemon juice and mix to combine. And now we're going to grease a baking tin, then add a parchment paper to it and grease it again. Alright, so now for a golden beautiful top, we're going to make a mixture of ketchup, vegan mayonnaise, olive oil, and unsweetened plant-based milk. And we're going to brush it all over the top. Now, if you're looking for a recipe of vegan ketchup, they're on the cards. And if you're using a homemade mayonnaise, you need to use the one that it's made with oil by emulsifying plant-based milk and oil, because what we're looking for here is the fat, okay, that is going to give that glossy shine, and the sugar that is going to give the brown top, okay. So the combination of sugar and fat, it's going to create the beautiful golden crust.
From my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed.
It's simple to make, it's inexpensive, it's super easy to find ingredients. I mean, why not? And super healthy, have I mentioned? You know that rolled oats, especially, they go into your bloodstream, literally punching away cholesterol. So that is amazing. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my website, because over there you're going to get a free ebook with 10 very nice weeknight meals, very easy and very delicious. And this is it. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye. Hi there, my lovelies, this is Jana here, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to make a bread, one of my easy, because you know, that's how we roll here on this channel. We like easy and yet delicious things. So we're going to make a no-knead sweet bread. It's a maple syrup bread, and it is so good. You're going to love it. I am in love with it, and it's a dangerous thing because it's so good and so fluffy and it's so fluffy that it's dangerous. You're gonna have to eat it all at once. I know I almost did. So to start with this, we're going to add to a bowl lukewarm soy milk. But it doesn't need to be soy milk. It can be any milk of your preference, and it doesn't need to be unsweetened. This is one of the few recipes that I'm not gonna yell and say please use unsweetened, because this is a sweet bread. So perfect. Coconut milk also works, but the not the cooking one, you know, the concentrated one, the coconut milk, the one that you use for drinking. And it's also very good. So choose your preference, choose your favorite one and go for it. And now we're going to add maple syrup, some sugar, and a pinch of turmeric, just to increase that beautiful yellow color. If you don't want it, you can skip that, but I want it to, you know, make it extra yellow to, because I think it looks prettier this way. Now some salt, some melted vegan butter, and some all-purpose flour. You add the flour little by little, okay? And the amount of flour will vary, depends on where you live, depends on the kind, what kind of flour, what kind of brand you're using, if it's older, if it's newer, so it all depends. All the measurements is going to be in the description box below and on my website, so head over to my website so you can print the recipe. So yeah, and now we're going to mix it up, and we don't need to knead it. How amazing is that? You don't need that. You can skip that part. If you want a fast bread, that's the one for you. And since I know you're going to ask me, here are my tools. Those are Scandinavian whisks, and they're very good for heavy batters. They're very good to mix everything through. I have discovered, I didn't know that they use this. I have discovered it, I think, a month ago. After I broke my spatula, remember I did? Because the spatula that I brought from Norway, of course it was gonna happen because it was crazy delicate and I was using it for the wrong purposes. So now, issue fixed. So this is available. If you want one of those, I'm gonna link down below where you can get it. And now let's proceed with the recipe. Now we are going to grease a baking pan. Mine is non-stick, but I greased it anyway because trust issues. Alright, so now you're going to cover it with a cling film. If you follow me for a while, you know that instead of a cling film, I like to use a shower cap that I keep on my kitchen just for those purposes, because then you don't need to throw it away. You just wash it and it's good as new, but it's, I don't know where it is. It disappeared. I don't know where it went. So yeah, this time I'm gonna use that, but I strongly advise you to get a shower cap and keep it in your kitchen, and don't let it disappear. So, and now you're going to let it proof for I don't know, 40 minutes, but it depends again. It depends on where you live. It depends on the temperature, everything, but until it doubles the size. And then once you see that it's doubled in size, you're going to, I forgot to mention, but I have my oven preheated. And now we're going to bake it for approximately 40 to 45 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. That will be 356 degrees Fahrenheit. Ta-da! Here it is. Isn't this just, you have no idea how this house smells like. It is phenomenal. And as you can see, because of that, it's almost gone. I mean, it's halfway gone. And you can't blame me because this is fantastic. This is a very good idea to bring to people's house once you're invited for a brunch or a breakfast or a dinner or something. I know that nowadays those things are a little bit rare, but those occasions are a little bit rare, but keep that in mind. And make it, tag me on Instagram and Facebook, because you guys are geniuses when it comes to making my recipes and adding your twists to it. I love it. I love your creativity. It humbles me. You're amazing. I love you. So I mentioned, no, sorry. It's because I'm distracted because the smells. It's like a sweet maple syrupy perfume. It's delicious. You're gonna love it. So like I said, follow me on my social media. Instagram and Facebook is going to be linked here. Head over to my websites if you want to print this recipe. And apart from that, have a wonderful week, and I see you next time. Take care of each other. Bye-bye. one can never have enough schnitzel recipes, correct? I know. That's why I'm bringing to you guys here a gem of a recipe that I have invented. So you're not gonna see anything like that in the internet, on the internet. And so I'm very proud, and I hope you like it. It's schnitzel that you can turn it into a fish, kind of a fillet, breaded fillet if you want. If you add some kelp powder or nori powder, I mean, you can choose. So let me show you how I put it together. All right, we're going to need soaked chickpeas. Now, because I use chickpeas all the time, I soak mine and then I drain them and then I freeze them. So they're ready to be used anytime. So this one over here, Spooky, he's hungry. He's always hungry. And he's the one that somebody dumped here when he was a tiny little baby, and it took me a week to be able to actually get him, grab him, because he was so scared, and now he is the most snuggle bug and mama's boy ever. You have seen him on stories, right? So back to the recipe. We are going to add the soaked chickpeas drained with water and oatmeal or oatmeal flour in a blender, okay? We're gonna blend it along with garlic powder, veggie bouillon, salt and pepper. Now, meanwhile, what we're gonna do, we are going to use for the fibers, because schnitzel, it has some fibers. I don't wanna think about it so much, but you know, I wanna give more body, more structure to it. So we are going to use, you know what? A cabbage. Yes, a cabbage. I have done that before on my nuggets. Check the nuggets over here, you're gonna love it. It's so good. Check the recipe afterwards, not now. Now you enjoy this one. And we're going to brown it. You know, no, we're not gonna brown it. We're going to saute it with salt and pepper until you see a little bit of color, because we want, what? What we want? The Maillard effect, that's right. We want to extract the best out of it. And we want it not so hard, we want it a little bit soft, because we're gonna need, like I said, the structure of the cabbage. All right, so now we're gonna mix everything together, and we're going to put it in a fridge. And then we're going to cut it into cutlets or into nuggets. I mean, you choose. And we're gonna bread it. How? I mean, there are so many ways of bread it. You choose your favorite one. You can use cornmeal. I have been using cornmeal a lot lately, and cornflakes, but you can choose. You just make a batter using sparkling water, salt and pepper, veggie bouillon powder, and a few drops of lemon. Now, the sparkling water and the lemon, it will add extra crispiness, because bubbles, you know, they will expand and they will create crispiness. So that's what we want. If you don't have sparkling water, you can add regular water and then add a little bit of a baking soda, because combined with the lemon or lime, it will have the same effect, okay?
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest, tell me, did you know that you would believe in me just like the winners know? Tell me and be honest, tell me, should I've known that you'd believe in me? So painfully quiet and slow. Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say.
Crunchy. Can you hear? It's so good. I mean, you gotta make it. Kids love it. Ah, but Chef Jana, you can't pretend that this is meat if it's not. Ah, you're so cute. Saying those things. Have you seen whose name is over here? Whose channel is that? It's my channel. I can do whatever I want. And I encourage you to do whatever you want. It's your food. Dare to change the standards. Yes, you can imitate meat. Yes, you can make whatever you want because food is alchemy, okay? Don't let any people tell you and what to do. Don't let them tell you what to do. Unless it's the police, then they can. They can. But apart from them, nobody can tell you what to do. So you do what you want in your kitchen, okay? Indulge yourself, please yourself, get happy and make other people happy. And if they don't like you, you don't invite them anymore. So that's all problem solved, okay? So as simple as that. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my website, because over there you're gonna get a free ebook with 10 very nice weeknight recipes, very easy but yet very delicious, because that's how we roll here, right? Easy and delicious. And follow me on my social media. If you make it, tag me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.
Are you my boy? Are you mama's boy? Are you mama's boy? Are you mama's boy? What's going on? It's your turn to get cuddles from mommy.